Good morning, Oscoda. It's always a great day up north. It is me, the mayor of Oscoda County, Dirk Thompson Hunt. Someone said it'd be Dirk Thompson Hunt. There's no mayor of Oscoda. How dare you do that? It's called humor. Hey, huge victory last night at the township board meeting. Everybody was thinking it was going to be a 4-3 vote to sell the new Oscoda Beach lot that's just west above the parking lot on that nice quaint ridge overlooking the pier and nice sandy-looking beach. And, I mean, even folks like myself and others closely involved in trying to make our voices heard, we all thought, well, let's see what we can do if after they do this step and if there's... But the whole board, congratulations, they listened to us. The entire board just voted last night in a meeting that was, like, really long and getting started there in an executive session because... the superintendent has quit. Whee! Mr. Mitchell is going to be leaving town. But they did listen to us on the beach park lot. Give thanks where thanks is due to Ann, Josh, Jamie, Steve, Tim, Jeremy. Thank you for not making that knee-jerk reaction like Ms. Richards pointed out. And that once again, just like with the development at Furtaw Field, EIC puts all this together, brings it before the board without all of the information or time to look at it. This is the second time in a row EIC. I keep yelling at them, be transparent. Again, on tonight's agenda, they didn't have the fact that it was going to be the Oscoda Beach lot that they were going to be selling tonight. And they've gotten crap for that over and over again. And they continue to they keep shooting themselves in the foot all of the time. Is it just ignorance or just they're not aware or God, I hope it's not something more than that. But they did listen to us. They just approved the sale of the Oscoda Beach parking lot, as I just said. But our voices were heard. It was an incredible evening. They reached an agreement with the developers to pull that off the table, completely off. During the Zoom meeting, it was just very, very encouraging to see how many people pulled out. So what they're going to do now is they're going to pull that LOI off the table, and they're going to work more with the EIC director and the EIC to listen more to input, consider some suggestions. The board and the people that spoke had some great ideas. And then they'll present a new plan as part of a memorandum of understanding, and then that new proposal is going to be voted on sometime in the future. Just be open and let's look at everything and listen, people. Listening, stop shouting past each other. This is huge. It demonstrates that our voices can be heard. For weeks we've been told we're just a loud minority. It was really interesting, though, watching the local Facebook pages and some snap polls that were done. And my examples, walking around town and listening to people it was only like 1, 2 out of 10 people that were in favor of doing this. Everybody that spoke, though, was in favor of getting a hotel in here, just not at that particular lot. The same with the Furtaw Field steal attempt. But thanks to everybody. There was a maximum crowd on the Zoom call of 62 people, and I believe from my experience in hanging out and watching the township board meetings, which people also accuse me of not. We had tonight about 30 to 40 more than usually attend on average. And we only had 2 citizens that were scheduled to address the board. But Ms. Richards, the supervisor, was gracious enough to let many more of us just have a quick opportunity. And everybody was kind and cordial. I was like, this is the most cordial board meeting I've seen in quite a while. Now, it didn't start until, 10 o'clock or something like that? And then I had to start working on this story about the vote. I didn't stick around, though, for the social media thing that's going on with some of the nitpicking and stuff like that. So I don't know. Maybe it didn't remain nice. I'll have to go back and check it, and you can always watch the whole thing on the YouTube channel. Is it MICTV, I believe? But anyways, more of us were allowed to speak. And to a T, every one of our neighbors, every single one of them that spoke, emphasized to the board and the developers of this hotel that they wanted a hotel of this design somewhere in town. They even suggested places. And just like with Paul Bunyan Park, every one of us said, just not here on our beach. I mean, because if you think about it, we're providing them with one of it's always in the top 5, top 7 beaches in the entire state of Michigan. And we're going to groom the beach, and we're going to keep the sand nice and the facilities and everything. Now, if a developer does go in there, number one, make them pay the $125,000 we just spent on buying that house up there so we had the whole chunk of a parcel. But make the developer reimburse us for that. And I think they're pricing it too low too. But if they're going to buy it for $300,000, they got to put in another $125,000. Otherwise, we're just making, I'm not good with math, $275,000. Yeah. So when you hear like they're going to sell for $300,000, we're not going to make $300,000. We're going to make $275,000 because they overspent on that house. But they got it, and that's the important thing. Sometimes when we do this as a town, we're going to have to overpay to get the sellers to sell. But that's $1 million piece of property to me. That's a $500,000 $1 million piece of property. You've got that beach literally at the steps, and your hotel is overlooking it with the pier and everything. Another stupid thing, I think it was Jeremy, one of the board members, said, are there going to be balconies out looking towards the lake, at least on the top, floors, the suites? And it was like, no. They didn't design balconies because they thought there'd be a noise issue. I don't understand that. But they need to pay for that beach. I don't know how many tens of thousands the township spends on keeping that place alive and running. But any developer that comes in, part of the deal is, hey, we're not providing you this beach for free. You pay the maintenance fee. And to begin off the deal, you pay for state-of-the-art 3 new basketball courts to go in and 3 state-of-the-art beach volleyball courts to go in. I've talked with dozens and dozens of young adults, families, high school students. If there were multiple courts in good shape, both basketball and volleyball, there'd probably be some leagues formed. If they were good basketball courts, they would just be full with people playing casually, because a lot of the kids had more wanted to play. Because you've only got a half court there, the thing's flooded in the middle most of the time. So anyways, if a developer came in here, they got to do perks like that. This is the second time in a row that they've come in with a developer trying to do this. The second time. And the developer was there, Asad Malik and his partner. It was funny watching their faces during the whole time because they were popped up there on the Zoom meeting like that. But they've done this before, just like previously with Furtaw Field, Paul Bunyan Park. That time, the board, you can go read the minutes, they complained at that time about that project. They were not given all of the information or many details. And one member said during that meeting, I wish we would have known some of this in advance. This is a repetition of that. That was the same story again. Out of the blue, a huge development sale of our only newly acquired Oscoda Beach lot, not given many details, in a rush to sell for only around $300,000 that we just paid $225,000 to add to it. What the heck? Cover the price. What is the EIC doing? Are they trying to? I'm not sure. What are they trying to do? Can somebody answer me? How can a company come forth out of Detroit, form a company just 4 days ago, bring this through, the board members haven't gotten all of the details, and just think they're going to say, yes, let's vote it away? Now, this Malik Assad guy, Assad Malik, when he was speaking, he said he has friends and relatives that live in Oscoda. See, like with the other proposal, you got to get out in front. You got to be saying, yeah, here's what we're going to do. When I've worked on projects down in Columbus, once a plan comes up, you go to the public, the newspapers, and you do marketing and PR saying, hey, this is what we're going to do at Furtaw Field. Look at this. This is going to be what it's look like. You don't release those plans and those sketches and stuff, hours before the meeting. It's dumb. People so stupid. People so dumb. People so boo-hoo. Yeah. But a little Tom McDonald reference for those of you in the know. Congrats, everyone, though. Really, the work you did just here online is fantastic. Make sure you go over, if you have not already, join the Facebook group, the Friends of Furtaw Field, if you want to keep updated on what is going on. We've got a lot of issues that we're all trying to keep our eye on and keep track of, because you got to closely read the agenda, even if you'd read the agenda for this meeting tonight, you'd have no clue this is about the Oscoda Beach lot. So again, months of hard work protecting the gym and the Oscoda River. So many people involved there with Justin and Brian and Rick, and thanks to all of you guys. And again, thanks to you board members that at least took a pause. That means a lot to all of us, the entire community. But I've just laid through how this is a repetition. It's the same story over and over that just caused divisions and divide and sometimes heartache in this town and stresses relationships. That's the second time this has happened. But all of these folks, the Friends of Furtaw Field, the hashtag Save Furtaw Field folks, just protecting this gym on the Oscoda River. And those are the folks, the activists, the people that care about this community. Those are the ones that are going to lead us to a future that will really take flight and not leave us feeling queasy and getting a little air sickness. Are they really taking flight or taking Oscoda? Well, that's it. Glad you popped up here. From the mayor's office of Oscoda County and the governor of the four-county area, it's Dirk Thompson Hunt. It's always a great day up north. Good morning, Oscoda.